Finna move on to a story that I'm still up in the air about how I'm gonna respond.
Breaking news. Stop whatever you're doing because this isn't your average celebrity drama. This is a full-blown narrative earthquake. Tamar, yes, that Tamar. A name that has been whispered in gossip columns and blown up in comment sections for years. Now, apparently, the rumors weren't just teeth, they were a full-on revelation waiting to explode. But wait before you scroll away thinking this is just another social media meltdown. Ask yourself this. How does someone go from red carpet glam to viral chaos in less than 48 hours? How does an HIV+ test, a single, private moment?
Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened.
Somehow become public ammunition. And then there's Yandy. Yes, Yandy, the quiet one, the observer. The one who supposedly knows everything but hasn't said a word, until now. And just when you think the story can't get any juicier, court erupts. That's right, Mendeecees is him. The one who's been hovering in the background like a fine wine nobody asked for, gets dragged center stage. So buckle up, grab your—
Not play it in this interview, but at the time in which you went to the internet, you said you woke up in a pool of blood and almost died. In this interview with L'Oreal, you mentioned that you were home with David or somebody, and they said we need to call the ambulance, and you were like, no.
Grab your popcorn and ask yourself, who's telling the truth? Who's controlling the narrative? And most importantly, who's about to lose everything in this explosive saga? So here we are, diving headfirst into a scandal that has fans gasping, timelines exploding, and social media servers smoking because the names on this list are not just familiar. They are synonymous with drama, chaos, and headlines you cannot ignore. And at the center of it all is Tamar, a woman whose life has been part reality show, part cryptic puzzle, and part walking headline, whose every social media post has been dissected like a forensic investigation, and Mendeecees, the quiet presence whose past has always seemed just a step away from controversy, the kind of figure who can smile at the wrong camera angle and ignite an internet debate. And then there is Yandy, supposedly the calm orchestrator, the one who watches chaos swirl around her with a knowing look. Only now she is speaking, revealing layers that were previously hidden, like a magician finally showing the trick. And the public has been waiting for this. Speculation brewing for weeks. Questions piling up like unread messages. What happened that night? Who was where? Who saw what? And who was smart enough to stay silent before the storm hit? And let me tell you, sources who asked to remain anonymous, because anyone bold enough to speak openly would probably need a legal team on standby. Describe a night that reads like a script for a suspense thriller, complete with luxury cars, dimly lit lounges, whispered conversations, sudden movements, and the kind of tension you feel when every glance could spark an argument, or worse, a revelation. And apparently every small detail mattered. Who sat next to whom? Who got in the car first? Who texted? Who ignored texts? All of it became evidence in a social media court that no one signed up for, but everyone is judging anyway. And the chaos didn't stop there, because Tamar's own health revelations, which she had shared in her usual cryptic way, sent fans scrambling to reconcile time, proximity, and who was responsible for what. And the whispers online grew louder as clips, screenshots, and speculations flooded feeds, each new post dissecting body language, text phrasing, and even the choice of clothing, because apparently, in a scandal of this magnitude, nothing is too small to analyze. And Funky, who observed with a level of detail that could make a detective jealous, provided insights that were devastating not because of theatrics but because of precision, noting every shift in movement, every pause, every look exchanged. And when he detailed the infamous ride, fans collectively leaned in, reconstructing the sequence of events like puzzle pieces, and suddenly the story was no longer just about what happened, it was about responsibility, intent, and the glaring inconsistencies that could not be ignored, with every omission in statements magnified into controversy, every "I don't know" interpreted as strategy, and the public watched, dissected, and debated as if they were sitting in the car with them, feeling every tension, every uncertainty, and every unspoken accusation that lingered in the air until it became impossible to look away. The aftermath was nothing short of explosive, because once the truth started trickling out, even the tiniest detail became headline news, with fans and critics alike picking apart every move, like seasoned detectives. And suddenly Mendeecees, who had always been seen as the quiet force in the background, was thrust into the spotlight, questioned not only about his actions, but about decisions that had previously gone unnoticed. And according to sources close to the situation, the tension between him and Yandy reached levels that could only be described as volcanic, with whispered arguments, slammed doors, and strategic silences all contributing to a narrative that the public could not stop consuming. And Tamar's revelations only fueled the fire because the disclosure of her health status combined with allegations of secrecy and betrayal made every viewer feel like they had been given front row seats to a heist drama that had been months in the making, and social media exploded with commentary, memes, and heated debates as every theory, no matter how wild, was dissected and then weaponized in arguments, and insiders described lavish spending that bordered on absurd. Parties thrown with intentions that seemed more like calculated power moves than celebrations, with bottles popping, private jets taking off into the night sky, and people moving through the city like chess pieces, each step monitored, each decision debated. And yet despite all the opulence, the cracks were visible to those who looked closely. Small gestures, fleeting expressions, and carefully worded statements, all revealing tensions simmering just beneath the surface. And the legal implications were already looming because if even a fraction of these claims were substantiated, investigations could be swift and merciless. Financial audits, subpoenas, and courtroom drama were all on the table, with hypothetical scenarios being speculated about endlessly by pundits, bloggers, and self-proclaimed experts. And the public appetite for this story only grew because it combined glamour, betrayal, secrecy, and personal struggle into a package too irresistible to ignore. And every new leak, every offhand comment, every anonymous tip sent waves across feeds and tabloids, causing a frenzy as viewers debated motives, time, and the ethical implications of actions taken behind closed doors. And the tension between public perception and private reality became a spectacle in itself, with fans questioning loyalties, alliances, and even the moral compass of everyone involved. And it became clear that this scandal was not going to resolve quickly, that there were layers to peel back, secrets yet to surface, and confrontations yet to erupt. And as the drama continued to unfold, the story evolved from a shocking revelation into an all-consuming saga that demanded attention. Because when fame, fortune, secrecy, and personal health collide in a world obsessed with transparency, the result is chaos, spectacle, and a narrative so compelling that viewers are left on edge, hungry for the next update, analyzing each clip, each message, each revelation, waiting for the moment when the next piece of the puzzle drops and the entire story either implodes or transforms before their eyes, making this scandal not just a headline, but a cultural moment, a story that will be dissected, debated, and remembered long after the initial shock has faded. So now that you've seen the chaos, the secrets, and the shocking revelations, ask yourself, what does this all mean for the people we thought we knew, for the images they've carefully crafted, and for the truth that's always lurking just beneath the surface? And while the courts might take their time, the public has already passed judgment. But what about you? Are you satisfied with just watching, or do you want to dig deeper, question every statement, and demand answers? And don't let anyone tell you that curiosity is dangerous, because right now, it's your weapon, your way of seeing through the smoke and mirrors. And if you think you've heard it all, think again, because the story isn't over. The leaks aren't finished, and every day brings a new twist, a new drama, a new scandal waiting to explode. So hit that like button if you want more insider truths. Drop a comment with your wildest theories. Share this video with someone who loves the chaos as much as you do. And make sure to subscribe, because we are just scratching the surface of this story. And the next revelation could literally change everything you thought you knew. And remember, the world of fame, fortune, and scandal is messy, unpredictable, and completely addictive. So stay tuned, stay alert, and buckle up, because this ride is far from over, and the next bombshell is just around the corner. And the next bombshell is just around the corner.